Hello, this is Teresa Robinson of the APT News Network, here with one of our alumni from the Advanced Personal Training Program. This is Michael Washington. How are you doing today?
Good, how you doing?
Good, good. So today we're basically just going to talk a little bit about how you got here, what you're doing with your life, and just hear a little feedback about, what the program did for you.
Cool.
So when and how did you get interested in fitness?
I would say my fitness story started around 11, 12 years old.
Okay.
I started playing football, pee-wee football. That grade escalated into high school football, which later escalated into college football.
Okay, what position did you play?
Safety.
Nice, nice. So you know sportsmanship and things like that, other elements. All right, cool. So how did you hear about Swedish Institute's program?
Actually, it was almost like an accident. So I was walking around. I knew there was a store downtown that sold equipment.
Okay.
When I got to that store, I realized that they sold commercial equipment, which I can't do anything with. So on the way back to the train, I stumbled across the gym because they had the window. And I stopped inside to see if they were selling equipment. The lady at the desk was like, "No, this is a school."
Okay.
So I walked off. I just walked away, and then I thought about it like, well, maybe this is something I need to check out. So I came back, got the information, called the guy, I wish I remembered his name, and came in for an interview and got everything started.
Okay. So what made you consider doing personal training as a career?
Well, at that same time, I was working in Starbucks, actually a couple blocks away from the school.
I thought you looked familiar.
And in the midst of that, I was still doing odd jobs while working there also. And I was trying to figure out, like, what is something that I love to do, something that I can do, and just be happy and wake up and not think about it.
Okay.
And once I got enrolled into the school, while working at Starbucks and working overnight as a janitor,
Wow.
I realized that I was stressing myself and everything was affecting each other.
Okay.
So I actually just decided to stop working at Starbucks and pursue my clients that I had personally.
Okay, so you just took the next step.
Yeah, just took a chance.
That's good. That's good. Most people have a hard time figuring out where their passion lies, I guess. So
Definitely.
You obviously found it and followed it. That's what's up. So what situation do you currently work in?
Right now, I'm working here at Brooklyn Athletic Club,
Okay.
full time, and I still have my own private clients that I manage on my own.
Okay.
And
How long you been working here?
2 years.
What's your favorite part about it?
The ability to just flow freely. When coming in as an intern, we learned the whole process of how we wanted everything to work here. We upgraded from next door. We had like a small warehouse.
Okay.
And as you can see now, we upgraded to a fourth floor facility. And it's been flowing since then.
All right. So that internship was something that was a part of your program in Swedish?
Yes, part of my Swedish program.
Okay. Do you feel like you were better prepared coming in the door?
I do. I mean, even when Vince sent us to seminars and things, being around trainers who've been training for years, 10, 12 years and whatnot, they would ask questions and some of them would just be baffled. And the things that we learned in school, it was just free flowing for me when I would answer questions. And that's when I kind of realized between that and growing up in sports that I may have had an edge, and I'm happy that I did
Okay.
go to Swedish.
All right. So you have an edge. So is it competitive?
Yeah, very competitive.
Okay. What makes you feel like you have the edge?
The knowledge that I got. I mean, the science-based curriculum sets us apart from any trainer I usually come across. Unless there's other trainers that's coming from universities, the trainers that I usually meet, not that they're, but they usually, I find that they don't have the actual background for everything that they're trying to teach you.
Okay.
It's more of they learned it in a book or from somewhere, and just they're running with it, but they don't know the why or the how, or the how, the how or the why. And that's something that we learned, and I'm grateful for learning in school.
Okay, so you feel like it gave you a good foundation.
Definitely.
All right. What advice would you give your 12-year-old self, since that's when you first felt it? What would you give yourself? What kind of advice would you give yourself now on health, fitness, and exercise?
Not to give up. At 12, I was just beginning football. It was really, like I said, just something to do to get out the house. My brother would push me to do push-ups and whatnot, and I couldn't do it, and I didn't care to do it.
Okay.
And he would always tell me, like, well, that's why you're always going to be weak. And
Wow,
at
that's
first,
tough.
It was tough. It was tough love. And at first, it was like, whatever. But then I started to learn as I got older, if you want to get better at things, you have to do the work to get there.
Right.
And push-ups was the work for me to get better at football. School was the work for me to build my career. And not giving up. I mean, I worked 3 jobs while going to school.
Wow.
And
All right. You
that's how
have
it
an
works.
amazing story that you actually was capable of staying in school, sticking with it. I see a lot of students struggle with that, so you actually made it make
is a struggle,
itself for yourself. So that's awesome. So what's your mission now?
My ultimate mission is to train trainers. I mean, my my first goal I thought was to train athletes. I love training athletes. I've trained a couple high school athletes, high school football teams. I had the honor of training an NFL football player,
Wow.
some track athletes. And it's cool, but you don't really come across them as often as you would the general population.
Right.
And that's why I started to focus on mobility and joint health and injury prevention. These are the things that are going to help people live life. You know, it's great to train $1 million athlete, but if I can help a mother, you know, take care of her children, or a grandmother, or aunt, or uncle, better their lives, better their health, I think I get more of a satisfaction out of that. And then seeing other trainers blossom is a plus. So if I can train trainers, then they could all come to me and I could be the guy to be talked about, yeah.
All right, that's awesome. Well, thank you, Michael. So there you have it, folks. This is Teresa Robinson of the APT News Network, here with one of our distinguished alumni, Michael Washington, a Swedish Institute graduate, now professional personal trainer at the Brooklyn Athletic Club.